So traditionally, supply chain has been very data-driven, right? So in the supply chain arena, we are used to measure things, to have different key performance indicators, which is important, right? Because typically digital, approaches need data and need performance in order to improve whatever kind of process operations. So being data-driven, or to get used to be data-driven in the decision-making, is a very good approach, right? Second, supply chain has been traditionally very good translator, as I have mentioned, in terms of different departments. So then in supply chain, we are used to work hand-to-hand with commercial departments, with purchasing and procurement departments, with transportation, with manufacturing. So typically, we want to have a holistic view of the value chain, starting from suppliers of suppliers, ending up when the product reaches the customers' homes. So then this way of viewing the value chain end to end really helps in the digital approaches, because we want to structure this data thread, right? Data thread with D, not with T, and then in which we can have this end-to-end thread of data, right, coming from beginning to end. So then if we can feature this end-to-end vision, then we can have different end-to-end vision in order to connect all this like a fabric, right? Like we make all these threads, and then we can have the fabric and even these different layers of fabric in order to characterize the supply chain and the value chain in certain industry, in certain companies. So then we will create virtual layers of data, just approaching from the supply chain point of view. This is the second feature that why supply chain is important. And also, again, we want to use different languages, right? We are used to translate into financial terms. Our inventories, for example, we are used to translate into commercial terms. So then what are the sales and how we can translate these sales into operations. We can also use the dimensions of different, for example, global approaches, so working with the different sites of our manufacturing network or logistics network. So geographically, also we are used to have a different geographic expansion, different geographic presence. So all this helps into characterize a digital network at the end. So this is why supply chain is very well positioned for supporting the digital transformation. The second question is more about COVID. How supply chain has been partnered with COVID in order to show the importance of supply chain nowadays. And this was very important, because we have been dealing with a scarcity of different products especially under all this uncertainty, due to problems in manufacturing, due to problems in forecasting, due to problems with certain supply, with different logistics, transportation. All this has been managed by supply chain departments. So then the importance of supply chain department become relevant, because now COVID was showing how this coordination was important for us as a customers, right? So now, my kids, they know what supply chain is, right? So, because they have heard that supply chain was the guilty of not having A, B, and C in the supermarkets, right? So then, 10 years ago, it was not the case, right? Nobody knew what supply chain meant. Now, kids in the schools, high schools, right, in different sections of the society, they can understand what supply chain is, which is really important also for our career and our education, right? They can understand what a supply chain career could imply or could mean for their future. Yeah.